There are some things in life that money just can't buy. The most obvious which are happiness, love, longevity, and to some extent health. But there are a shit ton of fabulous things money can buy, and today we are going to see what some of those things are, in this episode of the Infographics Show, Most Expensive Things in the World. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so that you can be part of our notification squad. We can't put a price tag on some things that haven't been sold yet, or can't be sold, but we can look at estimated values in similar things that have been sold in the same milieu. Let's take the art world, for instance, where certain objects can get a little pricey. The most expensive painting ever sold was Gauguin's 1892 picture of two Tahitian girls called Nafea Fa Ipoipo, or When Will You Marry? It doesn't look like much to the untrained eye, but it went to a private Qatari collector for around $210 million in 2015. The Guinness Book of Records puts Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa as the most valuable painting in the world, with an estimated price tag of $790 million in 2016. The most expensive antique ever sold that could sit under your Gauguin was a Pinner King Dynasty vase, which was sold at a UK auction for $80.2 million in 2010. You'll need a good-looking house for your precious decorations. In 2017, it was reported that the USA's most expensive abode was a 380,000 square foot mansion known as the Bel Air Spec Manor located in Los Angeles. It was listed as being worth $250 million. That's not much on a global scale. An Indian businessman called Mukesh Ambani owns a rather strange-looking multi-level property in Mumbai called Antilia. It's thought his house, that has a staff of 600, is worth a cool billion or more. According to reports, some of the Indian public are proud of such ostentatious wealth in the country, while others have said it's a disgrace in a country with so much poverty. Only one house is thought to be worth more, and that's England's 775-room home of the Royals, Buckingham Palace, which is valued at around $2.9 billion. The royals themselves own some decent stuff, as you can imagine, with the crown jewels thought to be worth $4 to $6 billion. It's thought the Cullinan 1 diamond, known as the Great Star of Africa, is worth about $400 million alone. It sits at the top of a scepter. The Brits keep everything a little secret, so the crown jewels may contain more goodies than we know. Nonetheless, they are not up for sale, and it's not known who could sell them anyway. There is only one other diamond that comes close in value, and that's the Hope Diamond that is currently located in the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C. It's thought to be worth between $250 to $350 million. These are not for sale, but you can get yourself an expensive diamond. According to Fortune magazine, the most expensive gem ever sold went at an auction in Hong Kong in 2017. That was a 59.6 carat pink diamond that sold for $71 million to a local jewelry dealer called Chow Tai Fook. That's one expensive Fukin diamond. If you've got that kind of cash, you could probably buy a good piece of furniture to store all your valuables. The most expensive piece ever built, perhaps amusingly made to keep shoes, sports equipment, and tools, is the famous 18th century Florentine badminton chest. It was sold for $36.7 million in 2004. If you are more prone to educating yourself than to merely showing things off, you might also throw a few books in your new cabinet. According to experts, some of the oldest books and manuscripts in the world are priceless and could never be sold, such as the beautiful Book of Kells written by Celtic monks in 800 AD, or the 2,500 plus year old Pyrgi gold tablets. You could, however, get your hands on the Book of Mormon script, sold this year for $35 million. You could also get yourself an original copy of the Magna Carta for around $22 million, or perhaps Leonardo da Vinci's scientific journal, Codex Leicester, thought to be worth almost $50 million. But staying home can get boring, so let's see how much going out can possibly cost you. You could just spend your money on regular upmarket clothing labels, but we may as well push the boat out, given that we just chilled out with Da Vinci scribbles. According to Time magazine, one of the most expensive items of clothing ever sold is Marilyn Monroe's dress that she wore when she sang Happy Birthday to President John F. Kennedy. It was sold for $1,267,500. It was later beaten by the dress she wore in the film 7 Year Itch, which went for $4.6 million in 2011. To go with the dress, why not wear a pair of ruby slippers modeled on those worn by Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz? Designed by Harry Winston and sprinkled with 4,600 gemstones, they went for a cool $3 million and are the world's most expensive shoes. The original pair from the movie was auctioned for $2 million, but just one shoe sold for $612,000. If you men are feeling left out here, you may have to drive, as long dresses and slippers are not conducive to getting behind the wheel. According to Forbes in 2017, the world's most expensive car is the $2.7 million Bugatti Chiron. Bugatti called it the world's most powerful, fastest, most luxurious, and most exclusive production sports car. It can reach 62 miles per hour in 2.5 seconds and has a top speed of 260 miles per hour. It isn't, however, as much as someone paid for a vintage Ferrari 250 GTO built in 1963. It went for $38.1 million to a collector in 2013 and is the most expensive car ever sold. You may as well eat at the world's most expensive restaurant, which according to numerous sources is the Sublimotion located in Ibiza. A meal for two there should be about $4,400. You could wash that down with a bottle of wine called Chateau Margaux 2009, which was priced at $16,250 per bottle. It only comes in a case of 12 for $195,000. The Dubai airport shop offering the wine said it was the most expensive wine ever to be retailed, but buyers also got a first-class trip to France thrown in with the deal. More expensive wines have sold at auction, such as a $275,000 bottle of shipwrecked 1907 Heidsieck champagne. If you don't like wine, you could see about buying the Macallan M Imperial bottle of scotch, which was sold in 2015 for $628,000. When you are too drunk to stay out, head over to Geneva, Switzerland and stay in the world's most expensive hotel room. A night in the Royal Penthouse Suite, Hotel President Wilson, will cost you $80,000. If you soon get tired of all the social stuff, you may as well just take off and buy your own private island. One website, Private Islands Online, puts the most expensive listing as Rangay Island, Thailand, which is currently going for $160 million. Forbes reported that Oracle founder Larry Ellison's $500 million Hawaiian island called Lanai is the most expensive ever sold. You could take the world's most expensive private yacht there, the UK-built History Supreme, which was sold to a Malaysian businessman for $4.5 billion. It's not only a feat of engineering, but it also contains precious metals and stones, as well as statues made from dinosaur bones. It's actually tiny compared to the $1.1 billion Streets of Monaco, which is described as a floating island. You could of course just fly. Most rich people are okay with a small private jet, but some very wealthy people make a passenger jet their private flying home. One such person is Saudi Prince Al-Walid bin Talal. He spent about $500 million on his customized Airbus A380. According to website Luxatic, it contains a concert hall, a Turkish bath, a garage for a Rolls-Royce, and even a prayer room with electronic mats which automatically rotate to face Mecca. So, what would you buy if you could buy anything? Let us know in the comments. Also, be sure to check out our other video, What $1 Million Gets You Around the World. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time!